All right, friends, we're back. Surprisingly, the inside is a lot cleaner than I suspected. The emulsion tube here, if you can see all those little holes, none of them are plugged. And that goes right up inside of there. And then your float bowl goes down here on the bottom. And unfortunately, this does have the original cork gasket. It definitely needs to be resealed, but it doesn't sink. It's working. You can blow through the fuel line, and when the float's down, air comes through easy enough. You pull the float up as if it's the bowl is full of gas. You can't blow through it. So that's all working correctly. There is a little bit of crud in the bottom of the bowl there. I'm going to get as much of that out as I can without disturbing that float, because the last thing I want to do is break that float off, because she's, well, this is a number 3 brass carburetor, and so it's like over 90 years old. So anyway, we're going to take as much care of that float as we can. I took the needle valves out, the needles, the load and the idle mixture needles, took them out, and sprayed some, I don't have any carburetor cleaner, and closest thing I got is brake clean, but there's a little bit left in it, if you can hear it, but there's no aerosol left. Yeah, imagine that. So anyway, I blew the load needle in the idle port out with the freeze off. I don't see any real issues. So we're going to put her back together, put her back on the tractor, and see what happens. And we'll take it from there. Hey friends and neighbors, welcome back. Yeah, look there. I got tired of the tire issues, and unfortunately, redneck tire shopping is out of the question. It's too early for hunting season, so I broke down and bought 2 new tires for the pickup. I don't have them on there yet because some of you know I've been struggling with some really bad back issues. So we're going to get back on this a little bit with some tinkering. If I think I finally got the timing set, and what I did is I took this back off so I could see down in the back of the crankcase there, and where the oil sump is, you know, the oil strainer that in the previous video. Turn the flywheel till the left hand piston was just a little, just a shade after top dead center, and then we loosen these 2 bolts here, and I put a wrench on our homemade coupler, and advance the mag to where it was just to where it just fired for the left-hand cylinder. So I believe we have the timing set. Now, what I think the issue is, we'll get a good 8 or 10 inch blue flame out the exhaust. Only if we fill these the primer cup down here with gas, and then it'll fire. But we can get fire that way. But I had a little funnel up here in the top of our temporary gas line, and I had gas in it. Our gas level was not going down. So either we have I don't believe the float is stuck down. I believe the float is stuck up, so it's not letting fuel into the in through the carburetor. It's keeping the fuel shut off. So I'm going to take, I didn't want to, I'm going to take that carburetor back off, and that means unhooking the water jacket, the water drip, and unhooking the linkage and taking those 2 bolts out and unhooking the throttle linkage up here. I'm going to take the bowl off, take the needles out, clean them up, and if we find anything. Now, originally these had a cork float in them, and then they came up with an upgrade. Some are plastic, which I've heard nothing good about. Hopefully somebody updated this one and put a brass float in it, and we just have a little trash in there that is keeping the float stuck. So anyway, I'm not gonna run this over. I'm already at 5 minutes of babbling BS. So I'm gonna get this off and see what we find, and we'll get back to you. Hey friends, we got a little update. We did some timing and made up some new spark plug wires, and we're gonna give Penny the phone and let's see what happens.
That, my friends, is one happy man.